like Mimi.
Oh man, it all comes down to Haven, a banger of a map. We were all hoping that it would get here because this should deliver much like we saw on Split. XSET starting off on attack. We talk about the compositions, the double initiators, Ekin on the jet. This all has the makings to be a good one. You already see the defensive setup from net. You've got the alarm bot in mid. You've got the turret garage off of a molly. That's a nice little setup you've got there, garage.
Yeah, again, flexing pretty far. So covering two sites. Just a given right now with the way that he's been playing. Except starting on the attack, this is their claim to fame. So how Def plays around this on a different role is going to be interesting because he honestly cannot play without extra. I mean, he does have BCJ to cover some extra initiation. He can't play as aggressive though because his utility is needed. As the guard go for this long exploration.
Around 3, there's the flash. Oh, Jonah P gets 2 with the frenzy from that far away. But they're going to push right back into it. Sai is stunned up. He's got the Sheriff. That's all he's got, and they clear him out instantly. They knew where he was. The Classic gets the best of Saya there. Now the spike's going to make its way onto the site. You've got Net and Valen on a retake attempt coming from opposite sides. And Second was wise to it again. Look at the timing. My goodness.
One enemy remaining.
It's just great read. I don't even think he got any information.
Nothing.
Because Cryo's already gone.
Pulling them in.
Just gonna, yeah, Valen's not able to do anything from up in heaven. Def cleans him up. Except win the pistol. What?
Meh. He just dies. Yeah, meh. I think the setup was, okay for the guard, but they definitely didn't have the escapism that they wanted, right? Jonah P completely commits to the frenzy spray, gets 2, but the other players did not commit at all because of how XSET played so deep on that execute. They were all at the back of A long. They were all not even susceptible to that. They can just duck right behind cover again. And looks like the guard want to stack into B or walk down mid, and that might work because both flashes used towards this A side, and the trademark's on the other side too.
Yeah, but surely you expect this is such a
no, BCJ, he's in the Trailblazer.
The middle of the map is so commonly exposed in situations like this. He swings around, takes a classic right click to the face, and now Def, understanding where the pressure's coming from, pushes them back. Now what do? They have this. It's madness.
Delayed a little bit as well, but they still got the setup in mid. They're still stuck in here, and they actually just completely pinched from both sides. Grass and window. I thought XSET were going to let the guard actually escape there, back to garage, back up mid, after that aftershock came out from Jonah P. But you're just not fast enough or not decisive enough to just back off. And an opportunity was given. They got the Spectre. That could have been huge.
Placing sentry.
But instead we go into this with full guns. And again, XSET going for a bonus here. They've been good on Split. On Icebox, it was a different story. What do they bring into this?
Bringing a little bit. Cryo as a Vandal. See Trent farming up that orb, try to get that Hunter Fury online ASAP.
And XSET playing passively on the same aim control. I think wanting to say, look, Def has not used his fault line.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jonah P hasn't either. I think that battle already, the meta developing in this.
I think it's almost like they're expecting aggression out from the guard. You see they haven't moved very far at all, and Aaron's in a position where he's waiting for someone to peek down C long, and he's right. It's confirmed. Valen doesn't take very much damage.
I'm surprised that Valen is not ready for that, right? Oh,
well, that was ready for that.
Just great swing, but Cryo again. He was great on Icebox.
Out of range.
And now he recovers around that looked like it was going to be terrible. 2 people peeking into the 3 that are coming through garage. Just has to be careful with the flank now. It's Jonah P. He's so aware, Doug.
Note that there are no smokes available as Valen's dead. Cryo waiting patiently as someone swings around. Cryo gets a 3rd on the round, a chance to get the 4th. The spam's not going to land. As they're left in a 2v2. Aaron and BCJ tasked with trying to hold back what's left of the guard. And it's the 2 clutchest players on the roster. For the guard with the chance to bring this thing back. A cape given away. Aaron drops Trent.
Oh, great.
As he repositions. Yep, very well played. Saya player with a world to hurt before him. A tap. As he pushes forward. He revealed. He just doesn't have enough time. There's that bonus.
Great bonus, I think. After Cryo trades those 2 kills in Garage, they played that fantastic. Also, I mean, we talked about the TP already, but that smoke as well from Aaron. That's some dynamic play from a player who's not normally on controller. And sometimes actually playing off roles gives you a little bit more freedom. You can experiment a little bit. Cryo again aware as well. Falls to Saya player, but okay. Guard were a little cheeky on that first eco round. And this time they've got the turret spotting B and 3 players over towards A. And the dash down long again. This is so normal for the Guard. Nobody here to recover, nobody here to fight at all.
And it wasn't just the dash. Jonah P set it up with the fault line, and then there was an Astra stun on the other side of it. Like, that was a trap intended to find something. Unfortunately, all it got was the ult sword, but that got him the blade storm.
It's a classic. It's a classic. It's interesting that they go for that one. And a lot of times it's just netting them the orb. But
the thing is, they gave the space back, and now XSET can push their way forward. Yeah, they have to use some utility to do it, but Zekin, that's all right. The blade storm not finding anything either. And the retake attempt is all coming from the same side. Aaron understands there's at least one more. Perhaps Net can find an opening, maybe through Garage, but no, the flash is going to give his position away too. They know exactly where the 2 remaining members are.
fake TP. Definitely got this covered. No chance for Valen. And Net's gone to 4-0. Prime Gaming flawless. And again, that original plan, I mean, you could see how XSET is thinking about how the Guard want to play this, right? And they're reacting in their own way. They're not doing the typical everybody fight for A lobby thing. Let's use our fault line. Let's use some utility. Let's use a TP to get across. None of that. And they're receiving as well. The aggression from Saya player here, both times, has been people in spawn. Aaron on top of that box received Valen the round before, the round prior. They know what they're doing, and this time they're actually going to go for the aggression.
You want to play? Let's play.
Fault line early. You know, what a shot out from Sai, and then dashes away to safety.
Oh, that smoke actually gave Aaron the opportunity to sneak into that corner.
Oh, the swing out. Nothing doing, and now XSET in a position here where they just kind of have to reset.
I'm watching Cryo right now. It looked like he wanted to go into Garage for just a second there. Turret watching it, and he's got the ult online. It's going to center around Cryo, trying to find a pick right here. I think he wants to walk up C while the rest of his team kind of work something else.
The Seekers are used. Def just dumps a good bit of utility as Saya's hit, but they're not going that way. It's all a fake. I don't know that they bid either.
There's this Molly here still.
Yeah, Net hasn't left. Oh, but he slips through. Cryo passes. And he lands a shot onto Net. Def is there to cover the rotation. This is clinical.
They just rip it apart on every single rotation.
Yep.
Inside of B, inside of C, that was a rotation as well from Net. The reason why he's out positioned there and outgunned from Cryo. And immediately it's a save from the Guard. You can't win this one. They have control in mid. You can't even cross B if you wanted to. And if you come through spawn, they're all going to be waiting.
Yeah, no place that's safe here. Is XSET are poised to get to 5. They have 2 ultimates, excuse me, in Aaron and Cryos. Def 1 point away from the Rolling Thunder currently. So they're set up to continue to balloon this. And Bala, the money situation is not great on the side of the Guard. Yeah, they're going to carry the Op and the Vandal in the hands of Trent, but Sayas has no armor because he took some damage. He's going to have to invest a little bit into that as well, and who knows what Net, Jonah P, and Valence looks like.
Yep. Yeah, that's very important. It should be okay. Net able to scrape together a Sheriff, I think. Jonah could scrape together a Bulldog or something like that, a Guardian maybe. With some light armor. No, they're just going to stick with what they got. And I think that's an okay position, but Saya's late. They're calling a timeout right now. It looks like they called an audible at the last second. And now calling it just to figure out and make sure everybody knows exactly what's happening. Pressing the big red button. Saya was rotating off of A all the way back towards C in this moment. And that would have made him late for that peak top C.
we've talked a lot about how XSET would bounce back from their loss, and I think in a lot of ways, if we were to ask XSET, if we were to ask the staff, the players, I imagine there's an element of them feeling like they beat themselves.
Yeah.
Last week, and man, the when they're on in this series, you even see it, right? And it hasn't been consistent, as we saw on map 1, but when they're on, really from Icebox on, it's just been so dominant out from XSET.
Sure. I mean, I think the sentiment from last week is much similar to the sentiment that they should have had after map 1. Right? To throw that lead is anger at yourself.
Yeah. So far, their performance on Haven suggests that they took last week personally. Got a chance to continue to pile it onto the guard. They have the op in the hands of Saya. Trent has a gun too, and they've gone exploring up short. I think the Trailblazers only spotted one.
Could have spotted the barrel of Nets Sheriff right there. Potentially, if it's just a little bit out to the right, but I think you're right.
Long arms. Fault line. No swing. Just delay.
There's a chance for him to explore, but this is going to be hard against multiple and potentially flashes too.
The thing is here, XSET have to understand that. Oh, okay, they do clear it. I was going to say, XSET have to understand that they've had no vision of A main. You've got to respect the possibility that space had been taken.
Sure, of course. I mean, there's a smoke there, yeah. And they double flash, and they clear it. And we thought for a second they might not clear that angle, but not after Split, not after Trent dominated them behind map in map 1.
This is such a clinical take, too. Aaron ults onto back sight. It's all locked down. The thing is, they have not cleared Valen, who's hanging out in short right now. But the thing is, he's only got a share.
He's getting marked. They're already marking his position, and ECJ is clearing up in that spot. Beautiful.
Yeah, they knew. What can the op and the Vandal find? Trent has been tagged up, gets a little bit of info.
Uh-oh. Got
Rolling Thunder. Yeah, he would have to have gone ballistic there to land those shots. And Saya's op is just, yeah, it's on the opposite side of the map.
Speaking of ballistic, Cryo, I mean, he's just on attack side chamber right now, ripping them a new one. And to speak about that A main control again, one more time. You actually knew that XSET was expecting Valorant to still be in short by the way that Aaron TP's there, right? Because if you overextend on sewers, if you overextend on long, an Omen punishes by TPing up in heaven or in hell. So the fact that they did that, to me, it signifies that they knew that's the case. I want to punish him if he tries to rotate out, or we'll just keep him trapped. And I mean, you saw how they cleared them. So back to the guns. At least 3 players are going to join Saya. And Jonah P, or was it Trent? Trent with the Phantom last round. This time it was only the op saved into this. And the crazy part is he had to drop a weapon here. Only light armor for him.
And the op's not going to get you a ton there, because nobody's challenging short. ECJ using the Trailblazer to clear some space mid. They want to go. Second to dash. The Rolling Thunder's going to come out, and they've split up the map as both have been used. They try to re-aggress into Garage. That's just on the other side. Yeah, he's got to give the position back. Now the Hunter's Fury is all ultimates are being dropped. Drake gets one onto BCJ, and he gets the second onto Aaron. Well played.
That lane's so easy to ult down. Trent dominating there. And that hold on the B site. The counter ult from Jonah P, actually it was a preemptive ult. Shuts down the push into B. Good idea from XSET, but they're still fighting this. Yes,
when you've got the lead that you have, why not push it? That's exactly what they do, and you're right. They got 1 kill, had a chance at a second. But it took everything in the kitchen sink. The guard, they're finally on the board.
Yeah, but they also did not lose guns, right? The economic carryover that Saya and Trent from saving those weapons multiple rounds in a row now is going to pay dividends as they keep a lot of members up. This is the chance. If they want this, they need to start coming back right now because, again, while XSET's a great attacking team, if you give them too much, man, it's too easy for them to clean out. We saw that on Icebox.
Cryo. Not buying. Oh, he does have the operator. Okay. For a second, it looked like he didn't.
Get out of my
Brings
way.
that op in. You hear the Blade Storm come through. Saya was waiting for a flash. As soon as that smoke goes down. Second just waiting. Saya not using the dash. Patiently stays, and there it is. The smoke is dropped.
I think out of all the Jets I've been watching, Sai is the one who uses it preemptively the most and loses it. On defense, at least.
Trailblazer is going to give his position away.
Oh, he comes back.
Of course he does, because why not, right?
Without a dash, that's risky, but doesn't end up getting punished anyways. A re-drone for him to take back this long angle was really good from the guard, but XSET is pivoting.
Def dumps some utility. Sai is able to sidestep, and now the smoke.
This A control is really late from XSET. And they just shot a dart over top, so I think they know, the guard knows what's about to happen. Should be a B hit or a C split. Yep, preemptive, not even anything used. And how do you get on the site now?
There's so much delay. You've got the mollies, you've got the gravity wells. There's no easy way in, but the truth is there's not enough time for XSET to flip the map. They're going to have to fight mano a mano and push their way into this, and Valen holds fast. He gets 3. He keeps back XSET. As Valen's already gotten 4. Jonah P steals the ace. What a jerk.
But that's gorgeous
Yeah, that was
from
beautiful.
Net and the guard. For them to re-clear long with the dart after XSET puts so much utility in A long. That's a sign. They're like, okay, long's clear. Get ready, get ready. Net, pop this if they come. There's 30 seconds left. The round is over. I know Valen got so many kills there, got the 4K. But those 2 players are going to get detained. Somebody else is going to try to run through the smoke. Somebody else is going to try to come through garage. If you just hold those 2 players with the 4 of your own, then you can kill the rest and mop out the detained players. Gorgeous.
XSET calling a timeout here. They rattled off 6 rounds in a row and then just kind of hit a bit of a stumbling block along their path. You're starting to see the guard get a much better read on the situation. You mentioned the early defensive denial of space towards A main, and then the preemptive usage of utility on C. They seem to be getting a bead on what XSET want to do.
Yeah, that they are. That they are. But still, the good thing and a sign of that beat is 4 players alive in both of those rounds. And both times the plan just works. And I'm curious now what the call is going to be. It actually looks like Net's going to play towards A, which is a complete far cry from what they've gone for before, which leaves Valen completely isolated. A lot over towards long A. Both Saya and Trent, no ults to actually do anything. They're going to push this, but XSET's coming right back at him too. Can Trent break this? Yep.
So Net's position still concealed. Repositions anyway.
Yeah, he has to. I mean,
Yeah.
try to get a cheeky kill maybe, but after that Trent breaks the Trailblazer, he has to play back to play with his utility. He has to survive long enough to delay this long push if they go for an A split.
The op is gone. Saya rotated back to C. The cutting of noise was just enough to have them reposition their resources.
It's interesting too because you have to know actually that these control strats for them to execute have been coming late.
Yeah.
So interesting to see him rotate beforehand, maybe expecting a little bit of a C push, a C fake before they go anywhere else.
Cryo might just get the timing on this. You see Jonah P hanging out in window. Had his utility out a moment ago. Here we go. Now the hit starts to come through. You see the smoke comes out. The paranoia as Net has to reposition. Trend is also flashed up back sight, but the delay is so good. The 2 nanos keep back any sort of push towards long. And Cryo gets dropped. 27 seconds left. There's not a lot of time.
They have to come back, yep.
Targets destroyed.
3
That's the
players
thing
on the
about
site.
that's the thing about burning the clock is you limit your option. 13 seconds left, and you're going to swing right into Net's crosshair. But the kills get traded back and forth. The spike still has made its way onto the site. BCJ 1 HP.
Yep.
Spike.
But they also have the Astral Ball too. It's going to be interesting how they use this. This is against 2 players who you know should be playing close to them, but at least they isolate and make these fights. 3 versus 2.
Fault line traded for an aftershock, and now you see the second fault line for 2. Def has to go big here. He's able to get 1. How much more can he find? They've got to know BCJ's close with 1 HP. He's not able to find it. Def gets to a 1v1. 3 bullets. 50 armor and 100 HP, and the bullets aren't going to land as Jonah P gets the shots on for the guard.
Well played again from the guard. And I think, sure, this looks like they ended up really losing out this round, but I think from the beginning of this is well played. They had net switch over to A, and he got immense value. They end up getting traded as the push re-hits, but from the beginning of that was the guard in control of this round, even for Saya to catch this flank right now. And you remember, they had to set up on long. I also want to mention, he repositioned down short after a fault line came through, after a paranoia came through, and still popped those mollies on long in the perfect time. And then a smoke came in from Valen too. The guard is really starting to play very well, I think, in terms of strategy. But they've got to have more than that.
Zekin aggressively tucks into his cloudburst, avoids the info gathering from the dart, and then tucks into Cubby. Saya, nice shot onto Cryo, man. You can't. Saya's warming up. You can't give him shots like that.
Told you, it's his playground. One of his best maps, hands down. And he gets to play the comfort of his jet.
F creeping his way forward. He sees the utility right in front of him, able to clear the first, not the second. Flashes, Saya just blasting everything into the smoke that he can. They've lost control of the site.
F has a rolling thunder.
Yeah, no ultimates on the side of the guard, though.
This is going to be easy for them to push it back. Where did he position himself? Yep, look at this. This is fat. If he chooses to go for it.
There's a rolling thunder. There's no way in. It feels like these rounds have been decided well in advance. You think about delay, and now you think about this. It's so difficult for them to get in, but my goodness, they're going to try anyways. Net, Valen, Rare to find a couple, and they do.
Just destroyed them as soon as Saya dashes on the site. Everybody else was there to trade. That was so fast, and it came just in the nick of time, honestly. Felt unwinnable with the rolling thunder, but also have to point out, Aaron uses flash really early there. There's nobody to punish, nobody to actually flank. He flashed while the rolling thunder came out. If he holds that for just a second longer, maybe they can trade out Sire early as he dashes on the site. This is a great pick too, and you mentioned it. This guy heats up. Another pick. I didn't even see that one. Look at the utility too, the Astra utility. Graffiti stun, gravity well backside as well. They've now swapped net back over.
Coming back.
Cryo using a tour de force right off the bat. So he's got that to work with. Meanwhile, there's an operator in the hands of Saya's hands too.
Yeah, the other thing too is you can see he's in a smoke right now. XSET have always, second dashes away. XSET have always gone for the A control really late. For them to smoke it means they're doing something else, and I think that definitely was the approach here. This is weird. This is gonna go. Net's chasing this rolling thunder, but
Doesn't swing.
All it does is push him back. I think that could have been a massive trap play if the timing was right, if the positions were right as well. This is a big fight for Def.
Just on the other side of the stack. Yup, close. Does he check with his body? He has utility. And he checks with his body. Side player dashes away. He's going to keep that up.
Oh, exposed for a second there, but I think Jonah P maybe just fault line that.
30 seconds left.
Again, the time running down for XSET. Their only choice is to hit this B site. But there's still mollies up from net.
And you still have Jonah P's utility. And the flanks are covered. The preemptive aftershock to deny the plant, but BCJ pushes forward. He's got the Seekers, but he only has 5 bullets left. He's going to have to reload. Switches to his classic reposition. Tries to get back to safety as Cryo manages to find one. They took the fight to their doorstep, and then they repositioned. The thing is, they're still going to be able to push in from the opposite sides.
Oh, no.
Zekin falls. Can Cryo get something else? He's got to land the shot. No! Oh, Aaron's got to do something here. Aaron not able to win the 1v1 as Valen gets 4. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's 2 situations now. That looks unwinnable. That time a 3 versus 4. Heck. 2 versus 3 as well. That pick from Valorant onto Zekin. And that shot onto Cryo is just ridiculous. Because Cryo has an op trained on his position. And there's the hype. There's the energy. It's Valen 2, the IGL, the guy that really ended up qualifying them for Reykjavik. And to see him do that again is exactly what you want to see in this score position. We're getting ever closer to the same scoreline we got at the half on split, 6-6.
Second deciding he's tired, done messing around, pushing his way forward. Catch net slipping. Valorant falls 2. This seems like, again, XSET playing with a little bit more oomph to them as they've picked apart what the guard had left. It's just Sai player and Jonah P left. Jonah P up in heaven position given away. Sai's got the op. But, oh. That was a little closer than it should have been. Zekin gets 3 on the round. XSET gets a 5. The guard have made a run at this thing, and we're not done quite yet. Friends, we're going to break at half. We'll be right back. 1 half to decide the series as XSET hang on to a narrow lead over the guard. Map 3 decider being Haven is delivered in really every way we could have possibly fathomed. XSET looked like they were poised to run away with it, and the guard, again, with their mojo, with their moxie, whatever you want to call it, claw their way back into this thing.
Yeah, great 5-round streak of their own. And XSET, just like on split, come in at the last second in this first half. So now it's a complete shift. And the metas that are developing on the first half get thrown out the window, and you go right back into developing your own. Conditioning starts again. Say lobby push. That drone just got nullified so fast. I mean, the range is already lower, but the flash from Aaron, nobody pushes into that. But no re-smoke either. He's waiting for the cooldown.
No armor for anyone on the side of XSET. Worth keeping in mind in these crazy, chaotic pistol rounds.
Smoke's about to be back up for Aaron. Yeah, it is. You can re-clear this. And I think the guard really do want to just push back into this A lobby. The only thing that's happening right now is Net is exploring.
And he heard the alarm bot, doesn't trigger it.
What's waiting? What's taking so long?
You can just never be too sure, you know? They smoked off the alarm bot just then.
Yeah.
And they swing. Oh, Zekin swings back. He's able to take care of Net, tries to dash to safety, tries to get away, and manages to do so. Members of the guard, both Sai and Trent, weak.
30 seconds left.
They're going to go right into Cryo. He's got the headhunter. No, what shot he lands that. And he's able to stay alive. Sai makes his way through. The spike is going to follow shortly thereafter. In Valen's hands, and Sai wants to push. He's got 34 HP. He's just on the other side of smoke. The frenzy's there. No, Cryo saves the day again. Numbers, guns still in favor of XSET. Valen trades it right back. It's a 2v2. They're both so weak. Jonah P is 12 HP. How is he going to win this? Def, the aftershock. He's got to push it. He's got to push it at Jonah P, but he isn't going to go. Oh my gosh, what the heck was that?
What confidence from Jonah P. That is so absurd for him to push through that aftershock with only 12 HP. 12 HP! And he makes that play. I mean, it's genius. Don't get me wrong.
And he didn't have any other choice.
Yeah.
What was he going to do?
One enemy remaining.
But also, to recover that round after Sai makes a little bit of an aggressive play that does not pan out at all. I mean, Jonah P was involved in that as well. And there it is. Out the seat for Valen. Headphones falling off his head.
Cryo taking a huge chunk of damage there as he has to reposition. The rest of XSET start to like trample their way to C towards garage. They've got the heavy stack towards the rest of the map. Now the spike is going to follow. Smoke to provide cover. Yep.
One enemy remaining.
Wow.
Flawless.
That was fast. I mean,
Yes, it was. It was flawless, some might say. Prime Gaming flawless, even.
That was good. The smoke was perfectly timed, and they just spammed through, and yeah, I mean, XSET have no chance. That's huge. That's a tie game right there. It's all tied up once again. And we missed it on Icebox, the close game, but we're getting it back on Haven here. Cryo's got the op online now, though. And no armor for him. And he's doing the exact same C long peek. Wow, there's nothing on the B site. Doesn't have any money to put down that trademark. And you saw how Net cleared that out. He was exploring it, making sure it's there, and he's in trouble. Cryo's in big trouble right now.
He doesn't even have armor.
Oh, he
Oh,
didn't
he pulled
go
him back. The Rolling Thunder. He's got to understand there are people around him. He walks into his own death as Net's able to clean him up. Operator not in hand anymore.
I just don't understand what the
I
trigger
don't
there
know.
was for him to pull back those TPs. I mean, he
I
was
don't
going to
know,
die
man.
anyways because they're close on site. But still, he could have gotten a kill.
I don't know. And now at XSET are going to try to retake this thing back. Going to be in a world of trouble. He has to move around. Somehow stays alive through all of the utility in his lap. The guards still have the numbers advantage, of course, until Aaron does that. It's a 2v2 here. Net has that op that he found earlier, and it's planted for long. It looks like they're going to be able to play around this. They've got to take the fight to them. They cannot afford to sit back. Aaron gets one, and Aaron gets a second. Is he going to have time for the defuse? He should be able to. My goodness, what a chaotic round.
That was so close, dude. That was so close. Does he have it?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Woo! Deep breaths. Deep breaths. You got it. You cut the right wire. That is so close. But also,
Unreal.
that was almost a conversion of the bonus for the guard, and they've just wiped everybody. So look at the money. Look at the money. They've recovered the op, but XSET are going to be, unfortunately, super broke in terms of the utility, in terms of the armor, potentially in terms of the weaponry as well. Yeah, it's just completely broken. It's just completely busted. The only hope right now is the hero op, essentially, from Cryo. I mean, that's as successful as a bonus can be from the guard. The spike down and almost everybody dead.
Cosmic Divide, it looks like they want to try to go fast. Thing is, just a bit of utility there is impeding them.
I mean, at least they're trying to up the pace because this game has been
that's
slow.
true.
This game has been super slow. Not that their, our enjoyment ends up having any impact on their strategic choices.
Oh, what do you mean? They play for us, man. First kill going over in favor of the guard. Ball, you mentioned at the beginning of the round, it was such a successful round for the guard, although they lost it as far as finances go, and you see Def there had really nothing to fight back with.
Yeah, no chance on that peak. Just, honestly, just looking for info. They've got a transition smoke to get out of sight, but they have to get through a crossfire of Saya and Valen here. I mean, they're already just basically exploring the rest of the map, trying to make sure, hey, is there anybody lurking? Can we pick up some guns here? Because I'd really like some guns.
Oh, that's starting to hurt.
Oh!
Yes, okay, he can find something. And does this change the conversation? It seems to. BCJ has no armor. He has to reload. Tread swings around a second, gets another one with the ghost. As this has gone rather favorably. The thing is, there's just not enough time. Yeah, there's not enough time. Get all the guns out of their hands you possibly can. Cryo keeps it up, and that's all well and good. But BCJ, man, what the heck?
I was thinking to myself, I was like, dude, you tagged both of them. Like, imagine he doubles. I'm thinking in my head. And I'm like, they could go for this. Then he gets it. And Cryo's on the other side of the map. I mean, they committed that save like a whole minute ago. Like, look at Cryo right now. He's nowhere near.
Man, and you can't help but wonder, Ball, if how that round goes, if the previous round isn't as much of a wipeout as it was, right? If the bonus doesn't go that way, XSET had more guns. Perhaps there's something there, but the guard are able to hold things back and tie us up at 8 apiece. Here, the Blade Storm being used early on is XSET trying to establish control A main, and they do, but there's no one there.
They've got full control of this B site now, and Trent's got his Hunter's Fury as well. Got the Aftershock still. This ult's just going to push him out.
Valen's able to sidestep the utility thrown his way. Stays alive. Second tries to dash backside. The Blade Storm's there, but no, he's not able to land the shots. Can the rest of XSET find what they're looking for? You see the lockdown come through. And now the Hunter's Fury. Oh no, the timing is so bad for Net.
That lockdown is so safe. He breaks it.
Saya in the smoke, swings out, pops right back into safety, gets a second. And Def's not able to get anything. That's insane.
The attention that lockdown brings. Def has to go push it, right? I mean, otherwise they're not going to have time. He's going to have to sit all the way outside a garage. And that makes it so he's not there to trade anybody in sight. So Saya just plays in the smoke. And I'm wondering too who smoke that was. Whether that was Valorant.
Oh, that was Aaron's.
Aaron's, okay, yeah. He just hops into the smoke because the lockdown is clearing and Aaron's not sure what's going to happen. Pretty nice stuff from the guard. Finding some value from a Killjoy ult. This is now 2 rounds that's big impact when there's a breach on the other side. Right?
And that's actually stark contrast to what we were talking about on Icebox, where the lockdown just was not finding the value they needed.
Yep. And on a map traditionally as well that you don't really get that much value out of a lockdown anyways. I mean, there's just so much that can break it. Shock darts, KO nades, breach aftershocks in this case, in this meta. That's the reason why we don't see it. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, so sometimes you just use it as a throwaway. But not this case. Pretty good idea from the guard, and XSET now trying to figure it out, right? Because this half has been very guard heavy.
Look at the buys, Bala. XSET don't have. The XSET don't have one. Jonah P can't even really buy a ton either. All right, he is going to be able to buy full. Get some utility to work with too, but it looks like it was bought by Saya. Early flash, early peek. They want to go B.
Just hit the same strat. This time there's 2 players here, though. Cryo's already TP'd on the spot.
Saya not able to make top Jenny. Seems to be okay, though. They have control of the site. No, what the Bucky? Come on, man.
And all that Zekin could do is break the alarm bot and fall back. I mean, you talked about the broken buy. Valen's going to have a nasty Astral Wall as well, plus grab wells.
Trent's going hunting. Look at him. He's made his way all the way up into C.
Wait. What's that? There's a gap. They don't know. They think this is covering. Oh, no.
No way. Aaron's going to stick it right out of under his nose. You've got to be kidding me. He had no idea. What is this game?
An absolute blunder. The smoke covers everything. They have no vision. They think that Molly's good, but Net is kicking himself right now. Look at the gap. There's 2 mollies off in that instance. The problem here is the star. They really think they're off, but no confirmation. And it comes after the defuse. Tied back up.
In map 3.
It's funny because you know how Icebox went. As that comeback started a little bit from the guard, it was like they won because of that boombot bug. And now XSET wins because a molly is slightly off. These differences and mistakes that make all of the difference.
Cryo with the op holding down a short. Flash to get some info, and it does that. Zekin's taking so much space. But again, he's got the alarm bot on the other side of the wall he has to deal with.
Smoke? He just smoked it? I think he missed. Oh, no. Can he get into it? No.
Oh, man.
Nets certainly heard that. Certainly.
Didn't seem to turn. And he's still not turning. Did he slip the net? He's gotten behind him. My goodness, he's gotten behind him. Cryo was able to get one with the op, but you're not expecting Zekin behind enemy lines.
Not here. Certainly not here.
Paranoia to delay. And if he continues to push his way forward, they're going into his lap. He's activated the dash. The Seekers are going to push him back. 1 dashes away. Tries to get to safety, 34 HP, and he does. Just by the skin of his teeth, gets away. Now Zekin in a world of hurt. Everyone around him, but he hears footsteps. He knows exactly where they are. No way. He does it just like that. Can they get through? Yeah, they are going to get through. They should be able to get the spike down. BCJ with the flash, not finding anything. Valen gets the spike down. BCJ still so healthy as Aaron gets the last one to clean up the round. That flank was gorgeous.
I mean, just completely unexpected.
And the funny thing is, man, they've been flirting with that C flank for a couple of rounds now. They've been clearing the alarm bot. They've threatened the possibility of it, and they just didn't buy it this time around, and man, they got punished for it.
And the more interesting part, too, is how did Matt not hear that? Because he was so close. He was just on the other side of grass. He was probably behind that box.
30 seconds left.
Here's the actual aftermath of this flank. They're getting secret at the same time, so near sights are popping. And then there's 20 seconds left at this point. And Net was trying to hunt him. right? He was trying to hunt him outside of B, tried to see if he's going to lurk back in a garage, but he makes the right play and stays bottom grass. Gorgeous stuff from Zekin.
What a series, man. What a map. The guard call a timeout. Far from out of this map.
For it to mean this much, too, Doug. I mean,
Set the stage for us again, Bala.
yeah, this is XSET 2-1 right now. The guard are 1-2. Every other team that's playing this week, it's exactly the same sort of matchup. So the guard right now, if they win, they put their fate in their own hands. If they lose that last game, obviously it's a must-win against, I believe, NRG. And then, even if they win that, if they lose this game, that doesn't mean everything. They could lose on tiebreakers, even though so many teams get through to playoffs. The other thing, too, by the way, the team who places last in their group to make it to playoffs, which is fourth, right? That if they make it fourth, they don't get a chance to play in the upper bracket. I don't think people understand the importance of that statement alone. So even if the guard make it through after losing to XSET, that's such a massive deficit for them to start in the lower bracket. For XSET, it's the same thing. I mean, they had control at the beginning of this season, at the beginning of this stage. And if they lose here, it's the same exact story.
Blade Storm used right off the bat for Saya. Waiting to see if he's going to get a chance to spot anyone. Saya gets another one almost just like Icebox. Saya double draft up. Kill gathered.
The YouTube videos are writing themselves right now. Saya's up drafts. I mean,
Here.
does he clear left? Oh, yes, he does. Couple of knives into the belly of Zekin. The jet duel goes his way, and the numbers of XSET have just kind of crumbled. Saya gets a third on the round. Cryo's the last one alive with the op, and he's going to get the heck out of town. Net's going to get the spike down. We're tied again.
Aaron there thought that he had a gap inside of where the recon bolt is landing. The recon that actually Trent is shooting is landing way deep on top of the roof, which makes it unbreakable unless you're deep inside of corners and stuff like that. And the only reason you want to shoot the dart in that case is if you have an escape mechanism, right? So you actually had Aaron try to take advantage of that, but that's actually what cost them, in my opinion, the round there. He could be playing for retake. And instead, Def has to jump out of the smoke to help him, and it does not work out. I mean, we're going back and forth these rounds. Over and over and over. As double digits is reached by the guard.
This again, man.
I'm telling
This is
you,
perfect. Yeah.
dude, this guy has the most success I've seen in this stage and in other stages as well with his double up drafts. And that one was a little bit, odd. Out of the lab, I haven't seen that one quite used that often. The one on Icebox is used all the time, and he still gets value out of it. Mimi broke it down in the halftime, or in the pre-map.
Man, but that was a Saya round if I've ever seen one.
Yes, it was. The stack is already called from XSET. They've been really pushing. I mean, the guard was playing the same way, right? Just retake C completely, play a lot towards A. But that's not even the case. Cryo playing an off angle on top here, and they're jumping down.
Oh my goodness, the flick onto net. Thought for a second he wasn't going to be able to get it. The Rolling Thunder's going to clear out a link, push them back. Thing is, they're going to have to deal with both sides. Patience out from XSET as they don't push their way forward quite yet.
This strat relies a lot on net in this round to hold the flanks and also to get those mollies down. You saw the aftermath of him missing that one the other time. He's dead this time.
Saya player's already fallen. You've got Ned who's trying to work his way at mid. The operator's still in the hands of Cryo.
That star that didn't pop.
Surely this time it does, right? You've got to deal with him. You can't just wait this out. There's the tap. There's the gravity wall. Doesn't get it to happen. The fight erupts as they push his way forward. XSET have all fallen apart. It's Trent and Cryo in a 1v1. Trent, 7 bullets. The tap. Cryo swings. Trent to the clutch for the guard again.
And they take the lead. The guard clawing their way back. I remind you, this game started with a 6-0 streak from XSET. We thought it was going to be a repeat of Icebox, but no. We're going the distance here, and we've got it all. Trent, every single 1v1 that it feels like this guy is in outside of Icebox. Feels like he's winning, man.
Has he? Well, I mean, has he lost one this map?
I mean, there hasn't been that many, right? In this case, these are
Yeah.
the rounds are winning by quite some margin. I mean, it's because of the strats that are being called. This time, it's flash and dash into mid. Second layer to this. Def's waiting. He doesn't actually have a flash.
You see, there are no options left for XSET here. Have a Stinger and a Spectre, and then the Blade Storm. So they try to find an opening mid somewhere, and they're unable to do so.
Still got to find something here. I mean, this round. Can't stress the importance of finding potentially the win here for XSET. And they've got the Rolling Thunder. They've got a lot that they can work with. Zekin still has his knives out. He didn't right-click or anything like that.
You just have no guns, Bala.
Cryo's got the headhunter with Plat.
The guard timid as they creep their way forward onto C, and for good reason. They just wait out.
That's going to break it.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like it doesn't, but it goes through walls, so.
You are divided.
Now you've got the Cosmic Divide to impede the retake attempt even more. Valen trying to play back Plat. There's just enough of a gap so that they can push in from a couple of different sides, from Logs and from backside, and XSET take the site right back. It's a 4v2 here in favor of XSET. Against all possible odds, they seem to have done this thing, but they're not out of the woodworks quite yet, and they finally get the kills that they need. Bala, I don't know how the heck they did that.
Back and forth we go. Another tie game. And the guard have money this time. They can outlast this, no matter what happens next. But we still got ults. They saved the Rolling Thunder. Talked about how massive this would be if they won this round. Just gives them such a sigh of relief. I have to say.
You have to say.
They look at second right now. He's looking so well at everything, covering everything. He's playing in the corner. You think he's baiting, right? But there's a player coming through that garage late, trying to get through the astral wall that Valorant actually put down. I'm not sure who it was, but second takes him out. That's just so good from the guard. Cryo now at aggressive angle. And it's funny because Cryo's not necessarily the guy you see taking, wide swings with the op. Fast swings. He's usually peaking into timing.
He uses a Trailblazer to buy him some space to get into that. The flash, patient though, as he doesn't take the rendezvous back. The drone might be what does him in. Yeah, there he goes. Aaron. Ult's back in main, gets a lot of info, exactly.
And Def is rotating now with his Rolling Thunder. I think Net's already set up to potentially try to outmaneuver the trademark.
It didn't hit. Jonah P might be...
Oh, he's left him. Cryo's looking long. Oh, no.
Slips in that massive kill. Operator gone. The thing is now, how do the guard approach this? Do they rotate back? Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do. The site is free. As Jonah P has found what he was looking for.
The way these rounds are lost are by the players who took the site on the lurk. By getting too aggressive with these Seekers, he's got to be careful. There's the ult.
Rolling Thunder delays it by some time, and now the gravity well. He's just stuck. He's able to survive, though. Shock darts flying around as Aaron goes aggressive. He's able to take care of Valen, but the kills get traded back as the guard are finding what they need, but it's a 2v2. Hunter's Fury in play here for Trent, but they've got to get the spike down. Def falls. Trent's going to get it down. It's BCJ and Trent 1v1. We've seen this story a couple of times so far, Bala. Here's another chance at it. Trent going aggressive. It's unexpected, but the Wizard for XSET gets 3 as he's going to get the defuse and get them to map to series point.
Unbelievable. These rounds are coming down to the thinnest of margins. And BCJ going to recover the op as well. Where is it? Yeah. He's marking it. That is ridiculous. I mean, there were so many layers on that one, right? The fact that Jonah P got that lurk after the Trailblazer missed, the fact that the ult comes in, Aaron TP's down into his own smoke. They think that this is, they're still trying to just, defend the site. But no, look at this right now. Aaron just TP'd, gets 1 kill from this, denies the plant. 10 seconds left when they actually get those kills from Trent. And he gets the spike down with like 5.
10 seconds left.
I can't believe he got the spike down through all this. The kill onto Def 2 really kind of opened everything up. And then honestly, for Trent to go aggressive there, I don't know that I necessarily mind that. That's so unexpected.
Oh, sure. No, absolutely. I don't mind that at all.
Oh.
And it's Spectres. It's only Spectres. Only the Vandal for Saya.
Yeah, but that hasn't seemed to matter this series. We've had a couple of rounds like this where conventional wisdom just seems to go out the window.
I mean, overall, this entire series, the Guard have only won 2 eco rounds. And this is not a full eco, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't paint a pretty picture for the Spectres.
Again, quiet out from the Guard. As we pass the minute mark, you see them huddled up. There it is. The Rolling Thunder is going to pave the way for them to go forward. Great paranoia. Zekin lands an excellent shot on Nanette. The Hunter's Fury is going to come out. And Zekin lands another. Aaron playing on the other side of the smoke again. Zekin with 3 on the round. He's looking to get the 4th. Is he going to get the ace to clean things up? Jonah P left in a 1v3. Fault line pushes him back. What can Jonah P do? It's an ace as XSET reestablish control of Group A and take down the Guard. What a freaking banger of a series. Balla, that's an instant classic.